On Iran, has the U.S. given them a formal proposal? Has Steve Witkoff handed that over?
Yeah, they have a proposal, but more importantly, they know they have to move quickly, or something bad's going to happen.
All right, something bad's going to happen. Well, we'll see. Joining us now, Aaron Cohen, Israeli special ops veteran, host of the Aaron Cohen Show podcast. He's never invited me on, but that's okay. I'm not the kind of guy to hold resentments. So, Aaron, apparently there is some negotiating going on between U.S. folks and Iranian folks, okay? And the Wall Street Journal is reporting today that United States folks actually put a pitch in front of Iran. I don't know if that was on paper or not, but I assume it was. But. Question I have for you, right off the top, is will Iran ever agree to simply stop all uranium enrichment? That's the question before the House.
My short answer is yes. My long answer is because they're an Islamic radical influenced machine, they're going to continue to play the long game, Larry. That's what radicals do. So in the short term, I think that they're going to say yes and they're going to appease. And I think the pressure that Trump is putting on this region and all these giant moves that he's making here and all these optics that we're looking at right now is isolating Iran. I mean, they're going to feel the hit economically in a way that they've never felt it before. Everybody, Larry, is worried about this nuclear thing, but I got to tell you, the proxies to me are just as dangerous. And I think that's a big piece of this also. Hamas is still around. Syria still has assets and pieces. Iraq, just a week ago was firing at U.S. assets. And so I think the message is clear enough for Iran to pull the brakes. But at the end of the day, they're going to keep chasing. But it's cool. And like I've said to you before, Israel's got the intel. And at some point, they may have to strike Iran's nuclear program. The point here with terrorism is to slow it down. So it's kind of where I'm at with that.
Well, what do your sources say? Look, let's go back to one other point that you mentioned, important point. President Trump has had this outstanding tour in the Middle East, okay, and he is isolating Iran, okay? He's got all the Gulf states. He's got Saudi Arabia. For heaven's sakes, he's even making nice to Syria, I guess at the behest of Saudi Arabia or whatever. The point is, would the Saudis finally make peace with Israel and join the Abraham Accords? That could be an important step towards sending Iran off into another planetary system.
Those are good questions. So I think that, look, for all the optics that I've been watching over the last couple of days on this trip, I think a lot of that stuff is feel good. I think the real point of the trip here is pressure. And I think that there's a ton of pressure. They can get on stage with those flags and play the music, but I think there's a ton of pressure. Lachats, Larry, that pressure for the Saudis to join the Abraham Accords. And I think Trump is quietly getting everyone in line. That's what I'm seeing happen right here. So that would lock down the Gulf under that U.S. influence, which is what Trump wants. Right. And that's going to push China out, stall them. It's going to isolate Iran even more, like you just said. And I really think that that's the crown jewel of Trump's foreign policy reset in that region. Certainly Biden couldn't touch that. And then again, I think with Iran, I don't think it's so much about chasing that nuclear deal. I think it's about continuing to isolate them and slow them down and pressure them economically to the point where they cool down for the next 10 years. And then there's other pieces, Russia, Ukraine, and all that. But I just think this is about reshaping the map in the region without putting boots on the ground.
Yes, look, I
think it's going to work. I think it could work.
This is a command performance by President Trump.
He's 100%.
He's picking up where he left off in the first term with the Abraham Accords. He is now clinching the deal, okay? It's congealing in ways that nobody thought possible, and he's certainly shown a lot of energy in the process, okay, which is a wonderful thing. He's also raising some important investment money for the United States economy. which when the Congress gets through with the bills and so forth, is going to probably start growing like topsy. But I think you're right. I think Saudis coming into the Abraham Accords, that's really an important step. But with respect to Iran, I don't know. Whatever they say, I know they're lying. And I always wonder, I mean, how you verify anything. If Iran says we've stopped enriching, I think they should stop altogether. Take it out. It should just take it out. Just no more uranium enrichment, period. But no matter what they say, I mean, people have tried to verify it for years. They don't even let them in. I don't know how it's going to be any better this time. Last point.
Israeli intelligence will get
right.
Trump what he needs to verify.
Okay.
So that's that piece. But I really think that deals, pressure, dominance. I just think there's a whole new doctrine. What he's done is incredible. Mm-hmm. Secure Israel, mm-hmm. corner Iran, mm-hmm. force peace, mm-hmm. stop apologizing, no more wars, don't put boots on the ground. And guess what? He just got a $400 million jet for free. So I think it was a pretty good week.
Yes, sir. He's a realist, and he deals with people as they are, not how he would like them to be. And it's working, and he's living up to his priors and his words. And I agree with you on all that stuff.
And we're not worried about Iran, Larry. That's just a silver platter. We can tap those nuclear sites like that.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting for that. I think you're coming on the radio tomorrow. We can talk some more about that. Aaron Cohen, the
Absolutely.
best of the best. Thanks very much.